Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. This foam roller workout combines a variation of myofascial release, that deep tissue massage, strength, and stretching. So let's get started. Start by sitting on the very end of your roller. Tailbone is on the roller. I want you to use your core to roll slowly all the way down. Nice and slow. You can use your fingertips to help guide you, and then when you get down, make sure your head is completely supported on that roller. So we're going to get that core nice and warmed up. Fingertips on the floor. Now, first thing you're going to do is take the fingertips a little bit wide, just like tense, and then just rock your body just a gentle side to side. Just a gentle side to side, massaging, getting into that shoulder blade just a little bit. One side, then the other. And then let your head start to roll with the body. So maybe roll to the right, drop your head to the left, and vice versa. And then the other side. And one more. Then we're going to find our neutral spine, find the center, line up that vertebrae right along the edge on the top of that roller. Good. Feet, let's walk them in about hip distance apart. And then just do a little bit of a hip tilt so you're pushing your belly into your spine and the spine into the roller so you can really maintain that balance. And then we're going to bring both arms up to the sky. Palms face in. I want you to reach your fingertips up, up, up as high as you can so your shoulder blades come off the roller. And then sink them back down and rotate the palms open. So the thumbs rotate towards your feet. So your shoulder blades spread out along the outside of that roller. And then reach them back, the arms back up. And then rotate, squeeze those shoulder blades as you rotate the palms open on that roller. And then lift straight up. So only the shoulders and the shoulder blades are moving, keeping the elbows pretty straight the whole time. And just continue to rotate and squeeze. And let's breathe. One more time. Good. Go ahead and bring those fingertips down next to the body. And then we're going to let the head rest. And you're going to slide the arms overhead like snow angels. Fingertips to the top, maybe touch the thumbs, palms are up, and then rotate the arms back down towards your hips. Palms are up, rotate back up. So just continue those snow angels. Feeling how the range of motion in your shoulders are. Maybe one side might be tighter than the other. We're going to loosen those up. Sweep those arms. One more time, sweeping the arms up, and then bring them out to about a T and let them rest for a moment on the floor. Elbows are soft, and release that hip. Again, double check. If your back is arching, push it into that roller, and just breathe. Good. And then you're going to bring the palms down about 45 degrees out from the roller, and I want you to again do a very gentle lift your belly towards the sky, little pelvic tilt, and then rotate it back down into the roller. And then one more time, lift, little arch in the back, and then push it back down into the roller. I want you to hold it right there and bring your right knee up to about 90 degrees and just feel how that feels. Feel the belly tightening, keeping everything stable. We're going to tap the foot back to the floor and bring it back up and pull the knee in a little closer towards that chest and then tap it back down and then pull it up. Good. Now we're going to extend it straight out to the front, straight leg, that right leg, and then gently pull it back in. Now when you straighten out the leg, if you feel your back starting to arch, I want you to stop where it fails of holding. The belly is not holding the back in alignment, and you can keep the knee bent or straight. Now option, reach the left arm overhead, right hand stays on the floor, and then just bring the hand and the knee together. I'm going to give you a couple options here. Maybe you keep the leg bent and continue just using the arm. You can keep the leg straight. I'm going to give you a challenge here. So keep the knee bent as it goes down, barely touching the floor. Maybe bring both arms up overhead and then bring both arms in as the knee comes up and then bring it back. Now you might get a little wobbly. This side is a little wobbly for me. Both arms and one knee. You can even try straightening the leg, but that really makes it wobbly. Using those cores, oh, there goes my foot. Using those core muscles. This is really good for the core, the hip and the core area, getting everything to work hard to stabilize and keep that back safe. There goes my balance. One more. And then bring that foot and the hands to the floor. Feel that stability. Again, little hip rock. Arch the back and then push it back into the roller. A little bit of an arch. Rotate the hip and then rotate back down. Belly into the spine, spine into the roller. Fingertips on the floor, left leg comes up, 90 degrees. Good, let's take a couple toe taps just to feel the difference on this side. One side of the obliques and the core might be more challenged than the other. And that's just normal. We always have a dominant side. Now, option to reach the hand overhead, bring it to the knee, and you can extend the leg straight. And just notice the difference on this side. So that right foot is solid on the floor, supporting us. We're breathing. Exhale as you pull the knee and the arm in. Now again, option. Maybe you bring both arms overhead and then bring the knee in. This is my very wobbly side. See, way different on this side. Or you can just bring the arms and the knee in, or you can do one arm at a time. I guess I got to practice that side. This is definitely my wobbly side. Amazing how different it is, right? We all have our imbalances. Maybe adjusting that foot on the floor can help. You can just keep the knee bent, makes it a little easier. Or you can straighten it out. We're building warmth in the core, which will heat up the body, get it going. One more. And then we're going to bring the feet and the hands to the floor. So hopefully you're nice and warm right there. If you need a drink of water, feel free to get a drink. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the upper body, the head and the upper body off the roller and just reach the hands towards the knees. Just give it a nice little reach there. Wiggle those fingers and then roll the head back down onto the roller, fingertips to the floor. Good. Now we're going to lift up again. This time put your elbows on the floor. I want you to scoot your body up the roller so the back of your head is just on the back edge. So you're kind of hanging off the back of the roller. I know I always tell you to have your head supported, but right now, so the edge of that roller is going right into the back of the skull, not your neck. That's the key here. You want it right into the skull so it feels good, actually, like if you were getting a massage and they were holding you up right by your occipital bones. And then you turn your head to one side and just do a little nod, yes. It feels so good. Just loosening things up on the base of that skull. And then try the other side. A little nod, yes. Sometimes we get tension headaches and we can find trigger points in there. So just move it around, try the other side one more time, maybe little circles, finding what you have going on in there. Don't press too hard. And then one more time back to the second side. Moving that head around. If it's real tender, then we'll get to that later with the softer part of the roller. Good, now you're gonna lift your head up and then slowly lift yourself higher up on that roller. Now we're gonna slide further back down the roller. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slide so the upper back, so basically around the shoulder blade area, is on that roller, but the head comes down to the floor. Walk your feet in, maybe squeeze the roller with your feet, and you can even bring your hands behind your head. Now, if this is painful, maybe you don't go as low and you just make those adjustments. So the roller is right between the shoulder blades, maybe towards the bottom of my shoulder blades. And then you're going to use those core muscles to lift your upper body and hold your head in your hands. Squeeze your feet into that roller so you're really using that core. And then slowly lower back down. Take a breath in, exhale, come back up to level. Try not to lead with the chin, keep it in alignment, slowly lower. And lift. Good. And then lower. And lift. If you're catching your breath and you can't breathe very well, the roller's probably in the wrong place on your back. So you might want to go a little higher. And then lift that head. Good. We have 2 more. Lower and lift. Hopefully you're feeling that belly really working, engaging. Squeeze those feet into the roller. We have 1 more. Let's lift and hold here. And just breathe. Feels so good. Yes, we've got this. And then we're going to let the head go all the way back down. And then go ahead and roll off the side of your roller and sit all the way up. We're going to bend the knees, hug the knees, and tuck your chin and stretch that back. And just breathe. So hopefully you might feel a little more open. We're going to keep moving on. So we're going to bring that roller back. And we're going to turn it behind us, and we're going to go towards our shoulder blades. So right about the middle of them, fingertips behind the ears, and we lengthen through the neck, feet flat. Let's roll the upper back. So we're going to lift the hips, and we're going to roll to the shoulder blades, and then down towards the middle of the back where the belly button would go through the back, and then back up. See if you can get a little chiropractic adjustment. And then this time when you go back to the shoulders, bring the elbows above the forehead, fingertips behind the ears, a slight tuck of the chin, and roll again. This is really good for getting those muscles along the spine. 1 more. Excellent. We're going to take the middle of the shoulder blades. Take the roller to the middle of those shoulder blades. Lower those hips. Good. Now we're going to walk the feet all the way together. And I want you to scoot your hips slightly to the right so you can drop your knees to the left and your hips to the left, and then roll onto that left shoulder blade. And keep the elbows nice and wide, holding the head. And I want you to just do a small little rock on that left shoulder blade. Rock towards the armpit, but not too far into it. And then when you roll backwards, try to open up your chest to the sky, your heart to the sky. So you get a nice stretch through the whole chest and shoulder area, the obliques. 1 more, and then we're going to roll all the way into that left armpit. Place the elbow on the floor. Reach the right arm all the way over your head, and your left hand is in your head, supporting your head. And then I want you to just gently rotate the body towards side to side. So you're rolling into the armpit and back into the shoulder blade. But really reach that right arm overhead. Be mindful if you have lymph nodes missing, not to go into that tissue. Continue rolling, seeing if you have any trigger points. Really reach that arm. Good. Now we're going to lift, roll. You're on your side. Push yourself into your knees and lift your hips and reach your arm overhead. Now see if you can lift your bottom elbow maybe off the floor and use those core muscles. See if you can straighten out your top leg. So we're really just engaging the glutes, the core, the hips, obliques here. Breathing. See if you can lift a little higher off the floor. Maybe the leg comes up and then lower back down. Excellent. And then we're going to slowly rotate back into the center on those hips. Walk those feet together. Good. Shift your hips slightly to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Good. And then here we're just going to do a small little rock and roll. Again, fingertips behind the ears, behind the head. They're not interlaced because then we tend to yank on the head. So just keep them wide and just a very gentle rock, side to side, massaging it out. And then go a little deeper into that armpit. Just a small movement. Again, if you've got lymph nodes missing, stay backwards onto the shoulder blade or have a very soft roller. Then we're going to plant the elbow onto the floor. Let the head rest in the right hand. Good. Reach your left arm overhead. And then do a little bit of a rock side to side right in that armpit and that right behind it there in the upper shoulder blade area. Good. Pause on your side here. Extend your top leg. Option 1, 2, lift your hips off the floor and even your elbow. And just breathe. One side might be easier than the other, you might notice. Just practicing a little mini side plank as we massage into those obliques. If it's super painful in the shoulder, don't put as much pressure and keep the hip on the floor or the elbow. And then slowly lower. And we're going to come all the way back to center. Good. Open up that chest, that heart space to the sky. Good. And keeping the chest here, drop both knees to your left and keep the chest right where it is in that back. Open it up. Nice stretch here. Lengthen through the neck. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, rotate the knees to the other side. And just keep that chest and heart open. Feel the stretch, maybe through the opposite side. Just continue breathing, lengthening. Let your head relax, your neck relax. Don't forget to smile. And then slowly come back to center. Good. We're going to bring the hands onto, and the forearms onto the roller and use the roller to press ourselves up. And let's hug the knees again and tuck the chin, stretch it out. Stretch out that upper back. And then as you're tucking the chin, start to lengthen through the spine and lift the head to neutral and feel the crown pushing to the sky. And breathe in. So you're stretching all the way down through the neck. So we're going to get a little deeper there. Let's bring the hands underneath the thighs. And you can hold the wrists, forearms, or the elbows. And again, sit up as tall as you can. You can even walk the hands forward, the feet forward. So stretch through that neck, slight turn side to side. Hopefully you're getting a little warmer now. So we're going to flip over. And we're going to go to quads. Front of our thighs, and we're going to use plank and some upper body muscles. So we're going to come down to our elbows to start with, an elbow plank. Palms are down. The roller is right above those knees. Okay, yes. So right above. Make sure you're not hitting that kneecap. Good. And then you're going to gently roll yourself, walk your hands, forward, and then move yourself forward and back. So your elbows are a little in front of your shoulders this time. And pull the belly into the spine, lift those hips just slightly so you're getting a little more of a core workout here as you roll those quads. And then you can slide the elbows back a little and slide that roller up the thigh. And again, try to lift those hips slightly as you roll a little further. So now we're doing more than an inch. We're sliding further up the thigh and then back down. Bigger range of motion using those arms. Good. Walk the elbows back. Move the roller higher up the thigh. And again, sliding your body forward and back on those elbows. Pull the belly in. See if you can do more of a rounding of the back as you pull the elbows towards your knees. Arching it up. And then stretch it further back and then pull it in. Stretch it further back and pull it in. Kind of keeps your mind off of the quads, doesn't it? Because you're working that core. And lift. Now, if you need to go further back, if you need that roller higher up, because you have longer legs, walk those elbows back further. Move that roller up and then continue. Forward and back. It's a plank, a little bit of a tuck. Try to relax those thighs as much as you can. One more. Good. Now, you're going to walk your elbows forward. Bring the roller back towards your knees. Good. See if you can push up all the way into your hands. Tuck your toes under. Good. Lift yourself to a full plank. Bend your knees so you're right below your knees. Go on the roller. Good. And then pull the knees towards your hands. And then place the knees right behind your wrists. Good. So your ankles, and you might need to adjust it, are on the roller. And then we're just going to squat down here, belly to thighs. It's a variation of child's pose. I want you to just lean into it, stretch out those quads over the knees. And breathe. Good, because we're going to make this core a little bit stronger here. Now we're going to come up, place the hands on the floor. Good. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly into the spine. Start to lift your hips up and the knees come off the floor. Tilt your hips to the right. You can either extend your left leg or put it on the floor, and or you can cross the ankles, and you're just going to do a pull, a straighten and bend of the knees with your hips rotated to the right. So we're massaging the outside edge of the shin, but we're also using the core and the arms, working those muscles. Try pointing the toe as you pull it in and out, then try flexing the foot. Notice the difference. One more, and then we're going to switch sides. So rotate the hips the opposite way to the left, and then pull in and out. Engaging that core, using those that upper body strength, those arms. How's that feeling? Point the toe. Good. Now flex the foot as you roll in and out. Excellent. Pull the knees in. Go and place the knees on the floor. And then slide the roller out from under the shins and bring it forward, right in front of you. Good. We're going to tuck the tops of the feet onto the mat, place them on top. So then we're going to separate the knees and just lean back into your hips to heels. So you stretch out the shins, the ankles, and then reach the arms forward, belly between thighs, another stretch here. So we're incorporating quite a few different stretches with the strengthening and the rolling. So we're getting the best of all worlds here. And breathe. Let the head fall forward. Good. Now from here, we're going to go all the way down onto the belly. All the way to the belly. And bring the roller, it's out in front of your face here. Bring your arms onto the roller, your forearms, right in the middle of the roller. Good. Head is looking at the floor, so your neck is long. It's all lengthened. Nothing is torqued or tweaked or compressed. Good. So from here, we're going to press our forearms into the roller, pull the belly into the spine. So really squeeze the belly up off the floor, and then just gently lift the upper body as you push into the roller, pulling the roller gently towards you, and then lower back down. So great back extension, but we're also using, so think about pulling those shoulder blades down into your back pockets as you lift the upper body. And then lowered back down. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. As you lift, pull those shoulder blades down and away, and go up as far as you can comfortably, and then lower back down. It's a great stretch for the core, the upper body. Open up and lift. And lower. We have one more to go. Belly is in, shoulder blades down, lift, and lower. Excellent. Good. Go ahead and bring the hands next to the chest. We're going to press ourselves all the way up. Separate your knees. Let's find our child's pose. Stretch out your low back and bring the roller closer to the body. Arms are wide and lower down. Feel that stretch through the armpits. Good. So from here, I want you to stay here, but bend your left elbow and shift your whole body to the left. So your right shoulder goes towards the floor. So you're really stretching through the bicep, and that right shoulder there. And then slowly rotate to the other side. So you're going to bend your right elbow, straighten your left, and then rotate. Good. And then from here, all right, we're going to come up. We're going to flip around onto our bottoms. And you're going to bring that roller under your calf muscles. So moving on down. So a couple shoulder rolls here. We're going to move, now that the shoulders are a little stretched out, we're going to use those shoulders more upper body strength. Place the hands close to the hips. If you need yoga blocks to give yourself more height, feel free. Place the roller right in the middle of your right calf, right in the middle between the ankle and the knee. Cross your left leg over the top. If at any time you need assistance, you can put your left foot on the floor because you're going to lift your upper body, or lift your body, your bottom butt off the floor, and you're going to roll yourself forward and back like a swing. So let your hips swing in between your hands. Again, if you need a break and you need to put your hips down, that's fine. Good. Roll front to back. Good. Turn your whole body slightly to the left so you get the inside of that calf. Good. And then come back to center and then roll the whole body. Shift it to the right, your hips to the right, your feet, legs to the right, and roll again. And notice what's going on in that calf. Come back to center. Good. Lower those hips. Rotate that right ankle. If you need to massage the wrist, you can. Rotate the ankle the opposite way. And then place those hands on the floor. Middle of the left calf, right on top. Lift those hips, and let's start to swing the hips like in between the arms, like a big swing. And again, if you need that foot on the floor for assistance, feel free to do that, or blocks. Now you're going to take that right to the middle, take the legs and the hips, rotate them to the right, go to the inner inside of that calf, roll along. Just think how strong your upper body is getting. And you're using that core. The core is very important. Tighten up that belly. Find the middle and then tilt your body now to the left and roll and swing. Try to relax that left foot, especially if we have knots in there. We might be finding some things going on there. One more. And rest. Good. Bottom on the floor, massage out those wrists. Rotate that left ankle, both directions. Good. Now we're going to stretch all that out. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to sit up on the roller, and you're going to take your legs wide, nice and wide, and I want you to pull the toes up and get a nice comfortable spot so you don't feel like you're going to roll away. Good. Walk the hands forward, knees are soft, and you can even reach your fingertips to your toes or on the floor or just on the roller, whatever feels good. And we're going to just pause here and stretch it out. Feel that lengthening through the calf. Feel the shoulders pulling away from the ears. Soften the knees. Good. And then walk yourself back up nice and tall. Good. And then we're going to bend your left knee, and you're going to rotate your whole chest and your left arm towards that right leg. And just lean into it, a little extra stretch here. And then come all the way up. Go ahead and straighten out the left leg, bend the right knee. Lift the whole body, rotate the right arm to that left leg. And notice the difference in the hips and what you have going on. And then come back up. Good. Now you're going to walk the feet in closer together. Roll the roller towards the upper part, middle of the butt, the glutes. Good. Drop into your left hand and drop to the left butt cheek. And let's roll that whole glute all the way up and down, using those feet. Now that everything's a little warmer, you might be able to get a little deeper into that tissue. Good, drop that left knee open a little more. Drop the left knee towards the floor, and we're on that left butt cheek. So just relax everything. You're on the outside edge of that left foot. One more. Good, find the middle of that glute. Bring that left ankle over the right thigh now. Good, and then roll again. Try to drop that knee open. A little bit wider. How's that feeling? Any road blocks or speed bumps in that glute? Last one. Good. Now you're going to take both hands behind the back. Keep the knees, the leg crossed. Good. And I want you to lift the right leg off the floor if you can, and just do a little gentle rock side to side. So use those core muscles. Flex the feet. We're going to do this again later on, but on our backs. And then we're going to release that right foot to the floor, and then release the left foot. So we're going to shift sides. I'm just going to turn around so I'm facing. All right, so we're going to be on that right hip, that right glute, middle of the glute, right hand on the floor. And let's roll that from the top to the bottom of the right butt cheek. And you might notice a difference on this side. What's going on there? More trigger points maybe. And then you're going to find the middle of that glute, drop that right knee open, and try to really relax. Feel that pull, maybe up the side, depending on if this is your tighter side or not. And roll to the top and the bottom. Really keep that knee open. If it's your tight hip, it might be harder to do that, depending on where you're feeling things. Good. Then you're going to find back to the middle, find the middle of that glute. Bring that right leg, right ankle over the left thigh. Knee is open, and roll again. Getting into those glutes. Feels so good. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Good, we're going to keep it center, or keep the thigh crossed, the leg crossed. Bring the hands behind the back, but keep leaning slightly onto that right glute and lift the left leg off the floor. Do a tiny little movement, like a little side to side. Can you tell a difference? Your obliques are working here to lift that leg. Might be more challenging on one side than the other. We also can get pretty deep into that glute if you find any spots there. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Good, and release. And we're going to sit up nice and tall on that roller. Bring those feet together. Good. Now find a position that you can comfortably lean back and bring just your fingertips to the floor. So like tens. Good. And I want you to put just your toes. Walk those toes, tippy toes, and walk them in closer to your glutes. Good. And then pull the belly into the spine, and then see if we can lift the feet off the floor. And breathe. And then bring those feet up about parallel. Find your boat. Good. And maybe go to even one fingertip, or very lightly touching the fingertips. Maybe one hand can come to the roller, maybe both. Maybe the toes have to touch. Maybe you do a little, maybe your boat's rocking. And see if you can balance. The feet tend to move when you balance. Woo! You can do straight or bent, but it's really nice, good for the core. Almost there. You can have your fingertips move around. Just laugh with it. It's kind of fun to try it. Go back to your starting position. Now feet up, fingertips on the floor. Good, rotate and tuck both knees to the right and pull them toward your chest. And just breathe here, getting a little oblique here. Stay right there, keep the knees in and rotate to the left. Drop the knees to the left slightly. Working those obliques. You're getting a glute in, get that glute stretch too. Glute massage. Because you're leaning right on that meaty part of the glute. Then bring the knees back to center, and then release the feet to the floor. That was wonderful. Felt so good, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to Move that roller down from the glute. Have a seat on the floor. The roller is underneath the knees. Go ahead and straighten out your left knee and bring your right leg, if you can, across. If it doesn't come all the way across, you can just cross it like this, where the calf is over the knee or the thigh, and lift tall and rotate. Or you can even put the foot on the roller, or try to bring it to the floor. So a nice glute stretch. And breathe, lift up tall through the spine, stretching it all out. So we're working and stretching and foam rolling all at the same time. The body is appreciating everything you're doing for it, all the self-care. Go ahead and release the right leg. Let's try the left leg. So bringing it across, hugging it in. Again, you can have the foot on the roller, across here, whatever works for you to stretch that glute. Lift tall and twist towards that left glute, left thigh, and breathe. Feel that wonderful stretch through that hip and that glute. We're going to release, and now we're going to lay our backs all the way down to the floor. All right, so from here, walk that roller in close. Press your feet into the floor. And I want you to lift your hips off the floor and bring the roller underneath the hips. You can hold on to the outside edges of that roller. Make sure your head's completely comfortable. And just as you breathe, feel the belly, feel everything lengthening through the hips. Good. We're going to keep our left foot on the floor, and we're going to raise the right leg all the way up to the sky. All the way up. Good. And then you're going to start to draw circles with that right leg. So I'm going to give you some options here. You can continue drawing circles. You can even straighten out your left leg and continue to draw circles with the right. And even keep the left foot off the floor if you want. So a lot of stability going on here in the core. And then reverse direction. And that roller is completely supporting you on that back, that low back. Good, big circles. One more time, reverse. Back to the first way we were going, bigger circles. And then reverse again. And again, you can have your foot on the floor if you need to. And then hug that right knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, and lengthen that left leg. Feel that nice stretch, that left hip flexor. And then very slowly, pull the left knee in and release the right leg straight out. That should feel really good, stretching that right hip flexor. You can let your foot go all the way to the floor now and just breathe. Try to relax everything. Notice if that left knee is falling open, draw it to the center of the body. Notice what's going on in that right hip flexor. Good. And then we're going to extend that left leg to the sky and start to draw circles. And again, your right leg can come off the floor. It can stay on the floor. Whatever works for you. If it goes into your low back, definitely keep that foot on the floor and pull that belly into the spine more. Let's change direction. Circle the other way. Don't forget your breath. Good. Circle again, counter circle the opposite way. So we're going the first way we went. And then one more time, change direction. Think about all the hip strength that you're getting. This is so good for the body. And then extend that leg and hug it in. Hug that knee into the chest. And breathe. Good. Now very slowly, I want you to bring the right knee in and extend that left leg back out. And just notice the difference. Is one hip flexor tighter than the other? Very possible. You can bring that left foot all the way to the floor. And again, notice what's going on. Is the foot twisting? Is the knee falling open on that right side? Bring it in towards the center of the body. And breathe. Good. Go ahead and hold on to the roller with both hands. Pull the left knee back into the chest. Good, so both knees are in, extend both legs up to the sky. And you want to be totally supported on that roller. Pull the belly into the spine. Point the toes, squeeze the thighs and the toes together, lower part way down. So you're really using those core muscles. You don't want to go into that low back. Good. And now we're going to bend the knees. Place the feet on the floor. Good. So we're going to do one more exercise here, and then we'll get back to some good stretching. So remove the roller from your back, bring your back to the floor, bring your feet to the roller, and then walk your hands next to the body. Walk your shoulders away from your ears. Push your belly into the spine, spine into the floor. Now I want you to do a little pelvic tilt. So you're really rotating like someone is mushing your belly button into your spine and your spine into the roller. So you feel those hips, or spine into the back, excuse me. And then gently start to lift the hips just an inch off the floor. And then lower back down. Good, and again, an inch coming up, maybe 2 inches this time. And then lower back down. So you're feeling the vertebrae peel on and off of the floor as you tuck the hips, lift a little higher, and then slowly roll back down. So good for the glutes, the core, pressing into those feet, lifting a little higher. Belly is in as you roll back down. Good, and then lift again. This time lifting maybe to your full bridge. And then when you're here, start to rock your feet forward and back on that roller. So you might be saying hello to your calf muscles. Hello calf, hello. Hello hamstrings, especially those hamstrings. The calves we already rolled, so they should be a little looser, but the hamstrings, hello. One more, and then flex the feet and slowly roll down back to the floor. Good, we're gonna straighten out those legs so they are resting on top of the roller. Point the toes and then flex the feet, push the heels forward, and then reach the arms overhead, and then lift up the body off the floor if you can. Full body stretch, and then lower all the way back down. Good, bend the knees, roll that roller in close to you, place your feet on the roller, tuck your hips under, and extend your left leg all the way up. Good. And then lower it down to the roller, extend the right leg up. A little stretch there. Rotate the ankle and then release back down. Good, now you're gonna roll that roller in again. You're going to use your core, and you can use your arms on your thighs, slowly come up to a seated position. Good, now you're going to bring your hands behind you. You're sitting on the floor, your thighs are going on the roller. So bring that roller super close to the back of your thighs. Point your toes forward, and we're gonna come to a reverse plank. Good, open things up, and then rock yourself forward and back, right on those thighs. Now a couple options if you wanna make it more challenging or go deeper into those hamstrings. You can cross, I'm gonna cross my left leg over my right a little tighter. And I'm just rocking and rolling along just that right hamstring. Massage it out, and then I also am going to rock side to side as I move my hips backwards and forwards. One more time. And then we're coming back to the middle, switching legs. So I'm crossing my right over my left. And I'm gonna roll it forward and back. And again, you can have your hands way far back or forward or on blocks if your arms are a little bit shorter, and then rock it side to side, massaging out those hamstrings. So we're doing about a different way of rolling the different areas of the body, but we're getting to many of them. We got calf, a little shin, quad, hamstring, upper back, shoulders. And then lower those hips back to the floor. All right, we're gonna scoot back towards the roller, and we're gonna lay back onto our backs one more time. Walk the feet in close to the roller. Lift those hips again so they can rest on top of the roller. This time I want you to take your right ankle and place it on top of your left thigh. That figure four. Remember I promised that we were gonna do this again. Hold the edges of your roller, pull the belly into the spine, and lift that left foot off the floor. Really pull both knees towards the chest in that figure four. So you're going to really feel glute and hamstring stretch. Keeping the knees in, rock the body to the left, the lower body, legs to the left, and then rock them to the right, and then rock them and hold them to the left. You're going to feel that nice stretch when you get over there. One more time to the right, a little massage along that low back as well. And to the left, last time, and just hold it here. Pull those knees in and breathe. And then slowly release towards the center. Lower your left foot to the floor and uncross the right leg. Good. We get to do the other side. I can tell you're excited. So cross that left ankle over the right thigh, pull the belly in, lift the right foot off the floor, start to go into that stretch of that left hamstring and glute. Good. Drop both legs to your right. Ooh, anybody feel that? You get one side tighter than the other. Slowly rock it to the other side. And then rock it to the right again. Hold it a little extra when you drop to the right because that's a left glute stretch and hamstring. It's good for the sciatic. One more time to the left. And then we'll end on the right and hold it here again. A little longer each time. Hopefully that feels good. And breathe. And then we're coming back to center. And slowly let that right foot go to the floor and then the left foot. Place both feet flat on the floor. Release the roller out from under the back. Lower your hips to the floor. Good. Go ahead and reach for your roller and then bring it behind your head like a pillow. So now we really can get comfy. Now when you bring your head behind on the roller, you want to feel how much more your back can just melt into the floor. So much stability. Feet are flat. Maybe walk your feet in closer to your hips. So you really feel that core. And then slowly adjust the roller so it's right behind your skull, like right at the base of the skull, excuse me, but not pressing into the back of those vertebrae of the neck. The cervical vertebrae do not want to be foam rolled, but your neck on the sides and your right at the base of your skull does. So let's turn our head to the right. So you're going to hit right behind that ear, which is the occipital bones. It's right back in there, that whole back of the ear area. And just do a little nod yes. And you want this to feel good. If there's any tension, if you get those tension headaches, this is a great way to release that. Breathe in. So we got some good, I think we got a few little good core and arm workouts there with all of that. And a little nod no, massaging. So we foam rolled, boy, everything, I think, pretty much. Worked out, stretched. And then slowly take your head to the other side. And find that spot right behind the ear. A little nod yes. A little nod no. Massaging it out. All your hard work paid off. Your body is feeling hopefully energized, stretched out, warm, ready to go. And then bring your head to the center. Let's move the roller a little higher up onto the skull. So if you're looking up at the sky, it would be right behind your head. So then if you turn your head to the right, the roller is right above your ear. And then make a little nod yes and no. And then bring that roller, your head across the roller to the back, to the other side. A little yes and a no. And then back to center. Good. With the head in the middle, draw your chin to the chest. There's a little bit of a neck stretch. And with your chin slightly down, turn your head just slightly to the right. Feel the stretch through the left side of the neck. Pull the shoulders down. Very slowly bring your head to center and let it tilt to the other side. Keeping the shoulders down. Back to center. Good, bring your head back to neutral. So you're looking up at the ceiling. Good, and then very slowly, bring the roller down further towards your neck. So and you're gonna turn your head to the right, and I want the roller this time, it's gonna go below that occipital into the neck, just gently. So you're not on your right side. You don't want to be touching your ear. That's too far to the right. I want you, and not touching the vertebrae. So it's like right in the middle. If you're not sure, you can reach back and find that meaty part of the muscle that comes right out of that occipital bone, the base of the skull. And then nod yes. So we're getting a little deeper into that neck muscle. You can nod no. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Relax those shoulders. Feel that nice stretch. That myofascial release is what it's called of that tissue. Go ahead and rotate gently, adjust to the other side. Find that spot below the occipital bone in the neck, a little very slow nod of the head yes, and a little nod of the head no. Very slow, purposeful movements here. Sometimes our neck gets stressed out when we use our upper body for strength, like our arms, so this is a good one to just release tension and stress in the neck. Take a breath in and then releasing. We're going to go back to center with our head on the roller. Hands out to the side. Good. And then slowly lift your head off the roller, release the roller, and I want you to bring it down underneath your knees again. And let your head rest on the floor. Walk your shoulder blades away from your ears, and then you're going to straighten your legs and move the roller underneath your knees. Let your knees just relax on the roller. And notice what happens if your body kind of gets pulled down towards that roller. Walk those shoulders away from the ears, and then turn your palms upward on the floor and let your arms rest on the floor. And feel the length of your neck. Hopefully it feels good. If it's hard to reach your head to the floor, put a pillow or something under your head. And then from here, let your head completely roll to the left. So you're feeling the stretch through the right side of your shoulder, and really take the right palm and fingertips and push them a little further towards your hip, down towards your feet. And then draw your chin towards the left side of your chest. And breathe. Relax your right shoulder now and let your chin lift slightly away from the chest, and rotate your head through the middle and turn your head to the right. So your right ear is towards the floor. Start to reach your left fingertips towards your feet. Just reach them down. Your arm is still on the floor. You're just feeling the little extra stretch on that left side of the neck, and then draw your chin slightly down towards the left side of your chest or shoulder. And breathe. Slowly relax your shoulder, let it melt back into the floor. Lift your chin a little bit away from your chest and let your head turn back to center. Let's take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs, and exhale out. Take the arms slowly, reach them overhead. Reach them, reach them. Hold on to the left wrist and just give it a pull. Start to point your left toe. And then relax your left leg, release the left wrist, grab the right wrist, pull on that right wrist and reach that right leg straight, pointing the toe. And then release the wrist, bring the arms next to the body, let everything relax one more time into the mat. Just feel your body like just melting into the floor. And start to walk your feet in place them on the roller. Go ahead and roll the roller forward out of the way. Good. Tuck your hips under, push your back into the mat, and let's give the knees a squeeze into the chest and rock side to side. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Good. And now you can roll to your side, or you can roll yourself all the way up. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Feel the length. Feel how long your neck is now. It's wonderful. Your ears are over shoulders, shoulders over hips, palms resting on your thighs. And draw your right ear to the right shoulder. Take your left arm out to the side. Nice little stretch there. And then bring the hand back to center, head to neutral. Draw your left ear to left shoulder. Reach your right arm out. And then bring the hand in, head to neutral. Good, chin to chest. Pull the shoulders down. Good, chin to neutral. Take a deep breath, inhale, reach the palms all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.